Kata.
I sent John Macavari's cookbook, and because I knew that he was a very, very incredible cook, actually, and so that was a way that I thought maybe he might want to get into Macavari, and he did, and it was amazing. I just respect his attitude of always being open to new things.
And it doesn't seem so much about originality as just encouraging others to tweak up their sensibility a little bit and to see what's right in front of them.
Cage did feel and say that any sound could take its place in a piece of music. There was no sound that per se was not musical, that any sound could be part of a piece of music. Cage was asked at one time about that, did he mean to be funny? And he said no, he didn't mean to be funny, but if something funny happened, that was acceptable to him. And he said, on the whole, I prefer laughter to tears.
Yeah, I suppose that's what I like a lot about Cage, is he's pretty funny. Makes me laugh. I trust that. I trust laughter more than most things.
He recognized very early that the danger in this sort of thing he was doing was being foolish. He said, I want to be free without being foolish. I think what you have to remember is that in everything that Cage does, there is a structure. The Cage is very conscious of the need for structure in a work of art.
Yes, the whole thing is very determined, but those determinations were all arrived at by two different chance operations. One involved imperfections in the paper that I was writing on. I was writing on very large rolls of graph paper, and I would make tosses of 3 coins 6 times, getting numbers from 1 to 64. Then I made multiples of 64 because I was writing a virtuoso piece. And then within a given structural area on this graph paper, which had also been determined by chance operations, I observed and intensified the number of imperfections in the paper that I had received through the chance operations. I got involved in that in the middle and late 40s, and it took the place of psychoanalysis, because I was not only in a troubled state personally, but I was concerned about why one would write music at this time in this society. And then it became clear that the function of art is not to communicate one's personal ideas or feelings, but rather to imitate nature in her manner of operation. In the mushrooms, it's absolutely necessary, you see, if you're going to eat them as I do, not to eat one which is deadly. Whereas I take the attitude in music that no sounds are deadly. It's like the Zen statement, every day is a beautiful day. Everything is pleasing, providing you haven't got the notion of pleasing and displeasing in you. It's actually very difficult to get free of one's notions of order and one's tastes.
He's not putting you on. He's not trying to one-up you, trying to be superior to you. He's trying to demonstrate something you haven't heard before.
In a sense, it's that everything in the world is blessed.
The giving up of the ego and the self as a composer and turning it over to something else, be it chance or destiny or God or whatever it might be. He'll throw the I Ching to ascertain certain specific choices within which he can operate. But once those choices have been made, then everything from the calligraphy used in working it out to his insistence that the performers do it as he specifies is extremely ordered, rigid even.
Of course, one of Cage's main influences has been as a conduit for the ideas of Duchamp.
Marcel Duchamp, the great French painter who died in New York in 1968, had a tremendous impact on avant-garde art and ideas in this country, and especially on John Cage. In his famous Nude Descending a Staircase of 1912, and works he called ready-mades, found objects which he signed and submitted as finished works of art, Duchamp challenged every traditional notion that the creative artist was endowed with special expressive power and insight.
The concept had been that man was the center of things and that the center of the center was his feelings and his emotions. Duchamp broke with that completely and decisively. Basically, I think what he was getting at was a philosophical point of view which was centered on doubt. He doubted everything.
And unfortunately, people today, especially the layman or the public, wants something that pleases him, and that's taste. And there are all kinds of three forms of it: bad, good, and indifferent taste. So I'm on the indifferent taste boat.
Well, in Cage's case, I think it was purely because he felt that his own personal biases and feelings and emotions were not as interesting as what could be gotten at by other means. He wanted to imitate nature in its manner of operation, how nature actually works. And in his mind, and in the mind of many modern physicists, that is a random, playful form of activity, purposeless. But as he said, the highest purpose is to have no purpose.
Cage is a frequent visitor at the home in the French countryside of Teeny Duchamp, widow of Marcel.
When was this taken?
From the time of Cage's association with Duchamp, a master chess player, the game has been an important part of Cage's life.
Beautiful picture.
In 1986, Cage created Chess Piece, a chance-determined film of the chess match between the two friends.
What I need to know are the various things you can change on the camera.
Okay. There are three things you can change. The first thing is here the opening from 2.2 to 22.
Between 2.2 and 2.8, I can move slowly?
Yes, of course. If you put 2.2 and 2.3, you will not see difference on the film.
I'm not concerned with what we see.
No.
I'm
Okay.
concerned with where we can move this.
Yes, but you have to move this. If you don't see any difference,
I'm not concerned about that.
Okay.
I'm concerned about being able to tell you where to put it.
Yes. You want to look the difference?
No.
No? You don't want to look?
No, all I want to know are the possible changes.
Okay.
I've worked from chance operations.
You never look in the camera?
No, and I don't hear music before I write it.
Okay.
Well, I've always used the I Ching, or I Ging, chance operations. I use it as a discipline in order to free my work from my memory and from my likes and dislikes. Oh, I see it. It's very nice. I don't mind the floor.
You don't mind?
No, it's good.
Here you don't see it, so we can be wider, that you see the floor. I show you.
Actually, I like what I saw.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. But if we use the two numbers, 12 and 15, the frame will be wider. So
no, I like it the way it is.
Okay.
I think if we get it too exact on the table, in fact, I found the gray of the floor good to see.
Mm. So we go. Okay, 10 seconds. Voilà.
Shall we start another one?
Right away.
Ready?
Is it still running?
What?
What are they doing?
I think they're taking a movie.
This is the shot.
All right. And the cut we want is from 133 to 153. I mustn't become overconfident now. This is not one of the shots. This is in between, isn't it?
Oh, this is the next shot.
What?
This is the next shot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Each shot is being cut at least once. And some are cut twice, and some are cut 3 times. And that's all the result of chance operations.
Mm-hmm.
Take it up. In Zen, they say, if something is boring after 2 minutes, try it for 4. If still boring, try it for 8, 16, 32, and so on. Eventually, one discovers that it's not boring at all, but very interesting.
What are they doing?
I think they're taking a movie.
In 1948, Cage and Cunningham made their first of several visits to the Summer Institute of Black Mountain College in North Carolina, known for its lively atmosphere and experimental curriculum. Many creative people were on the faculty at that time, among them Joseph Albers and Buckminster Fuller. Faculty and students often performed together in numerous experimental productions. It was at Black Mountain College that Cage and Cunningham first met painter Robert Rauschenberg.
Maturing artistically, working with John and Merce, actually gave me license to do anything.
They had permission, thanks to Cage's influence as a person and as an artist, to do what they liked, to paint, in the case of John's, an American flag or a target. In the case of Rauschenberg, used stuffed animals in his paintings. They looked at the world again and not at themselves, and tried to convey what the world was about. So he was a liberating influence. He was always there, and one trusted him to do the right thing. You know, he has immense authority. He is, after all, a guru. And just the fact that he was there, and with his fantastic assurance, was important to us all, you know.
The first work in which Cage, Cunningham, and Rauschenberg joined forces was the dance Minutia in 1954. With Cunningham's choreography, Cage's music, and sets and costumes by Rauschenberg.
I was trying to, I even tried helium balloons, because there was nothing to hang it from. He wanted to jump over it